Hey! Welcome to another exciting episode of Open Studio. You are watching Cape Town TV. I'm your host today's show. As always, my name is Danny Kambwa, and we've got a great show for you today, okay? Today's show is From the Youth, by the Youth. All right, I've got two beautiful guys, lady and a guy, joining me from the Waumbe Youth Development Center, who goes by the name of Kele, and also Lamour, Amour. There we go. I think these names are very tricky, eh? You're just gonna have to bear with me. But guys, welcome to the show. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having us today, Danny.
Oh no, you're welcome. How are you doing, Amour? Are you good? Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself for the viewers that's watching at home that do not know you, that's never heard of Waumbe Youth Development Agency? Can you tell us more about yourself?
I'm Kilabkhile Tebe. I'm originally from the Northwest, and I came to Cape Town to study back in 2013 and fell in love with the city, and then I joined the organization back in 2015, and currently I'm the head of media and marketing for the organization.
Wow. And yourself?
Okay, so I'm from the Santa Cruz, where the headquarters are based of Waumbe. So I'm from the community and I'm a current student at UCT. I've been involved since they started, 2014. I was in grade 10 back then. So yeah, I've been along. It's been a long run with him.
Are you enjoying what you're doing so far?
Sometimes it's hectic.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's difficult, but to see the rewards, it's the best.
Is it? Well, we've heard about your organization. I got the opportunity to speak to you guys backstage. I could see the excitement in your faces when we were speaking about this. There you've got that smile now. Can you tell me, why did you decide on this name? Why Waumbe?
Well, firstly, Waumbe is a Swahili word that means empower them. And we went with a Swahili word because Swahili, we see it as a language for Africa. It connects the entire Africa from the north to the east, the west, and down to the south. Yeah. So you can always find Swahili throughout the entire Africa. So we chose that word specifically also based on its meaning. It means directly it translates to empower them, which is one of the things that we aim to do as an organization.
Yeah. So Waumbe started in 2014, I believe.
Yes.
So how was that journey like? I'm sure there was challenges, there was obstacles was thrown on your way. You had moments where you thought, is this gonna work out? How far are we gonna come? How was that journey like for you?
Oh, well, it just actually made me have a flashback because when the organization started, it actually started with our two founders, and the drive and the hunger that they had to make the organization a success was very amazing. And it started off with them running the entire organization basically from the boot of a car. So that's how it actually started to what it is now a few years later.
So what is it now?
Now we are actually one of the organizations that is recognized by the Western Cape Department of Social Development. Wow. And we also have our very own youth center. So the leap from the boot of a car to now owning property, it's very amazing.
Yeah. So where is your organization based? Where?
It's based in the community of Santa Cruz.
In the
community of Santa Cruz. So
the Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Okay. For Santa Cruz.
Yeah, it's just outside Durbanville, like 8 kilometers away. So it's based there. So that's right there. It's close to the schools. It's in the community where the kids need the help.
Wow. So when you speak about the kids need help, you obviously have seen that there's been a lack of resources and lack of support within the children of the age group, which we're going to speak about later on in the show. Can you tell me, what were those challenges that you saw in them that inspired you guys to start this organization and to go forward with it, despite the challenges?
Challenges, there's a lot of challenges in the community. Basically, the biggest for me is coming from the communities that we are a forgotten community. We were placed there and nobody knows about us, nobody knows these people, nobody knows there's a community there. So the biggest thing is that we are like, we're not living, we're existing there. Yeah. Nobody knows about you, you don't have opportunities that's coming your way. Everything is just like, everything is far away from us. We have to travel miles and miles to get to a university and all of that. It's very hectic. Yeah, the other thing is it's societal decay. There's a lot of abuse, drug abuse, alcohol abuse. There's not enough support, there's not enough role models. Like the list goes on. Like it's really sad, but at the same time there's like a lot of great kids out there that can actually make it into the world, but they don't have the opportunity to. That's why.
So that is what I like about your organization. so from the while, for the few while that I got to speak with you guys, is that you are giving them the platform. You are giving them the support they need to grow. I was reading something very interesting here. It says that in 2015, Waumbe Youth Center collaborated with Waumbe Life on a community research project. Who is Waumbe Life?
So,
first time hearing about it.
One Life is one of the organizations that has been operating from Integral, I believe, since 1999.
Yeah.
So when we started in 2014, they were one of the organizations that gave us support. They had an open door policy whereby we could work with them and collaborate with them so that we can be able to reach our objectives at the end, because they are operating within Integral. We also wanted to operate within the very same community. So they already had an understanding of the dynamics of how the community operates. Yeah. So when we were doing our study to see what is it that we can offer to the community, we did a research project with them whereby we worked in terms of finding out, and more so directed at the youth, what were some of the challenges that the youth were facing on a daily basis.
Okay, based on what you just told me, what was the purpose of the research that you collaborated with Waumbe Life? What was the main purpose of it?
Okay, so the main purpose was so that we can be able to know what is it that the community needs. So it wasn't a matter of we decide that we're going to go into a community and implement certain projects, whereas it was going to be pointless if you go in and you want to implement projects that were not going to benefit the community. So after the study and the research with One Life, we were able to determine what is it that is a necessity within the community and what role can we play in terms of making sure that we can be of assistance to help the people of the community to better their lives.
Wow, so was that successful?
Very successful.
And what was the experience like?
The experience during the research?
Yeah, well, we will get to that now. I see you get your words together there. For those of you that's watching at home, please do stay tuned, whether you are a parent, got your children in school or whatever, and if you are a youth, if you are a youth, please do stay tuned, because after the break, we're going on with our discussion. And we are back. If you were just joining us, you are not too late. You are watching Open Studio on Cape Town TV. My name is Danny Kambwa, and we're going to continue with our discussion. For those of you that just missed it, I'm joined in studio by Kele and also Amur, who's from the Waumbe Youth Development Agency. Okay, your names and the organization, it's just so much to remember, man. But just to continue on the conversation that we were having, what was your experience like after your collaboration with the Waumbe? Yeah.
One Life.
Waumbe Life. Yeah.
After the collaboration, I feel that after the collaboration, we we came clean to the youth, and these are the problems that we think are facing. Is it that? And most of them could agree, especially me. I could feel, because I am from the community, I could feel that all of these problems are the things that are basically keeping us back from progressing. So in order for the Waumbe, that's why I fell in love with Waumbe, because they came, they told us, okay, we think we have these problems. Do you agree? Yes, we do. How do we then work together to improve and then helping you progress?
Wow. And you did mention earlier on in the show, what were these problems or these circumstances that you were facing in the community. For those viewers that just joined us now, can you just give us again, what was those findings that you find in the research, that what is it that the community needed, or what is it that the community is facing that Waumbe has been able to flip on its backside and make it work, make it a success?
Yeah, so it's the lack of role models, a lack of educational support from parents, the community, and schools. It's societal decay, basically. From there's drug abuse, there's alcohol abuse. It's just all over the place. Like morals and values and stuff. It's things that we lose in the progress. So. Waumbe is there to instill the pride, to instill values, to instill morals, to feel empowered, so the youth of the Center can feel empowered again.
So as an outcome of that research, of what you just mentioned to me, I believe that you created 4 programs. Okay, can you tell us about that programs? How does it work?
So the 4 programs that we developed after doing the study with the research with One Life, It's the first program that we have is societal reformation.
Yeah.
So we have a pillar in our organization that just focuses only on societal reformation, and we also have academic development and innovation. So how we link the societal reformation and academic development is that academic development cannot occur if there's no societal reformation based on the current issues that were within the community. We also have a mentoring program. So the mentoring program, how it works is that once we assist the learners to get into tertiary institutions, it's not like just throwing them into the deep end and letting them swim, because if you're a kid moving from a small community such as Fisandegral, whereby you are not exposed to many opportunities, and let's say, let's use Amor as an example. We assisted her with applying to UCT. When she gets to UCT, the mentoring program provides that support so that she can be able to cope with the day-to-day challenges of university life.
Wow. So you spoke about early childhood support system, and then you also spoke about the universities. So can you just tell us what are the age groups that you're working with in your organization?
So the age group, basically, it was between 12 to 23, because that's when they're still in the early years of high school, and 23 is when they're in university levels. Hence, we are able to balance that all out based on their age groups with all the programs that we have in the organization.
So I believe also that you have opened up a program to the whole community.
Yes. So what we noticed was that, because initially, as I did mention, we used to operate from the boot of a car. We then collaborated with the high school there. And while we were working with the high school there, and the support that we got from the local leadership was that we were trying to reach the youth, but then we were only marginalizing ourselves on those that were in high school, whereas we also had aspirations and dreams to also assist those ones who have dropped out of university, those who have dropped out of high school, and hence why we opened it all to the entire community. It makes it much easier for us to also be able to have a deeper impact, because if we are working with the entire community, it's going to be much easier for a child to say, Mom, I'm attending a Waumbe program. When we are working with the community, the parents know what the community, what Waumbe does, what Waumbe is doing for the kids. And we also have now partnerships with many other organizations and stakeholders. Recently, we have an internship program that is going on, which is for everyone who was within the community. So it's one of the highlights that we have for branching out into the entire community and not just basing it on the youth that were in high school.
Yeah. So when you open it up to the community, do you work with the community leaders as well?
Yes, the community leaders have been very supportive in terms of, before we had our center, we were able to use the community center provided assistance through the counselor, because they realized the amount of work that we were doing and how beneficial it was for the community.
So when you work with community leaders in that case, do you have to get permission from them to do things in the community, or do they just hear your ideas and they decide and they jump on and they just move on with it?
I think it depends on the magnitude of what is it that you want to do. So there are certain things that obviously you require permission to be able to do, and then some based on, as I did mention, how big of an impact or how the severity of the event is, then you need obviously to get permission from the councillors or from the local leadership to be able to implement certain projects.
Okay. And there you have it. There is a lot being spoken here. I hope you've got the pen and the paper and you're taking notes, because after the break we've got more to talk about. So do stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. If you just joined us, you're watching Open Studio on Cape Town TV. We are almost at the end of the show, but if you just joined in, don't worry. You can still catch up on what's happening. If you are wondering what is happening, I'm joined in studio by Kelly and Amor, who's from the organization called Waumbe Youth Development Center. Wow, guys, you're nailed. Finally. Oh, okay, so to continue with our conversation, I hope you guys that just came in now, you've got a pen and a paper. Like I said, this is very informative. You can help your siblings, you can help your kids, okay, with this information that you're receiving right now. All right, to continue with our conversation, it states here, this I have to read that because it's very important, that the center has made some great impact in the community through your efforts. The matric pass rate has jumped from 44% in 2014 to 79.5% in 2017. Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
How was that achievement? Like, what was the? How did you feel after that?
How to feel.
Wow, that is big.
Like I said, the rewards are.
Wow.
are the best. They speak for themselves.
So in just 4 years, Waumbe Youth Center has received a lot. In 2017, you were awarded a Bronze Award in Western Cape. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got the Bronze Award from the Western Cape Department of Social Development.
And why was the center awarded us?
It was based on the work that we've been doing, the achievement, the progress that we've had. As you just mentioned, the rate that we were able to assist in terms of moving the pass rate from 2014 to 2017. That was in just 3 years of our existence and operations. So that was a highlight for us as well, also because it was blending in with what we want to do, what we want to achieve in terms of academic development and support within the community. So it was a tight category because we're competing for the awards with many other organizations who've been in existence for many more years. So for us as a young upcoming organization, so to say, to be able to receive that award from the Western Cape government was really an honor.
Yeah, so to be recognized by the Western Cape Education,
Yes.
and also to have that much of a jump from what was the 44% to 79.5%, that is so huge. And I'm sure there are a few of the people that you've mentored, that you've worked with, that you've assisted, that's made it into tertiary education. How do you feel about that, knowing that you've made an impact in their life, knowing that they're going to make a success and better themselves because of what seed you've planted in them? How does that make you feel as a person?
I think I'll leave that one to Amor, as she's one of those people, so she'll speak from personal experience.
I feel I just want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so motivating, it's so inspiring. It's not only for yourself, it's like for everybody else around you. It's like, you're this person, actually did it, so can I do it? You're thinking still, but like, look, it's happening, it's there, it's happening. Like, I never thought I'd be at UCT, but I'm there, I'm doing it. It's difficult sometimes, yes, but I pull through.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just like it's amazing.
Well, I can see the excitement in your face. I mean, for those that is watching, for those that wants to get involved, or for those that's with other organizations and they just need that extra bit of push, you know, to go for their dreams, to go apply at the tertiary institution, what can you tell them, seeing that you are achieving your dreams so far? What can you tell them? What advice do you have for them?
I only have 3 words. Own your story. It's yours. Like, I'm a single mother also, but I'm doing this. Like, if I didn't own my story, if I didn't, I do come from an impoverished area. Yes, I am a single mother. Yes, there's a lot of things wrong in my life, but that doesn't mean my circumstances need to pull me back. Yeah. It's just a motivation. Take it as it's your motivation, people. Own your story.
Wow. So tell us about your property. You say that the organization started from a boot of a car.
Yeah.
And now you've got your own center that you call home. Tell us more about, I like that word when you said you call home. Like, your heart is in this. You've got the interest of the young people in heart. Can you tell us about this, about your center?
Okay, so the center, we acquired it in 2016, and throughout 2017 and 2018, it was all about renovations, because we purchased a house and we had to get renovations, source funding to have it turned into the kind of center that we wanted it to be. And we've been getting funding, donations from various stakeholders, various corporates, and various individuals as well, those within and outside the community who are seeing and noticing the value within the work that we are doing. And the center is up and running. It's an open center to the community. One of the highlights about the center is that it has an internet cafe. So this is to make it much easier for people to be able, because the entire community, there is no internet cafe. There was no internet cafe. So we realized that, for example, if you're a student who has to do assignments and you don't have a personal computer, that becomes kind of a big stretch. So the center is an open center to everyone. We have an open door policy, whereby if ever anyone within the community or outside the community realizes that there's a role that they can play within the organization, anyone is welcome to come and be a part of our family, because we see each other as a family, not just as an organization. Hence why we say it's our home. It's not just a center for us. It's a home where we know that we can go to at any time whenever we need assistance.
Wow, you guys are very friendly. I'm enjoying my time with you guys. So if I had to come to the center, will I find just as friendly people as you guys? How's the personnel at the center? How's the people working at the center? What are they welcoming? Are they like you guys? Because I see you call them family. Let's go now about them. Come on, let's go now about them.
Well, look, the one thing I like about our organization is that, for example, let me use myself as an example. I joined it while I was a student. So when you get there, you're gonna find people with different mindsets.
Yeah.
You'll find people who are studying social work, people who are studying law, people who are studying education. So everyone there is just friendly. It's a welcoming environment.
Okay, so before we close, how can the people get a hold of you if they want to search you up? And is there on social media?
Yeah, on social media, it's Waumbe Youth Development on Facebook, and on Instagram, it's @Waumbe, and the website is www.waumbe.org. So that's WAUMBE.org.
WAUMB.
Yes.
There we go. And there you have it, viewers. Unfortunately, we have to come to the end of our show, but it does not end here. You've heard where you can catch them on the social media pages. Please do and check them out because it's going to be for your own benefit. But for now, I'm out. I'll see you till next time. Bye-bye.